So essentially now we knew how to upload an image to Cloudinary and how to preview the image on the front end, but we didn't know how to get that image from the server which is uploaded to Cloudinary, to get that result of that upload and get it and use it here in the front end instead of this one, because this one is coming just like from here. It is not uploaded or anything, it's just a preview for the image. But now we want to substitute this with a one that is coming from the submission, because right now we are not submitting anything. This is just like a translation for the image that I just put here as an input. But what if I submitted? The submission will go to the server and the server will send me back an uploaded image to Cloudinary with a public ID. I need this public ID to present the image here. But how are we gonna do that? How the public ID is going to make this image appear here? And now that's the time when we will understand how to preview an image on React coming from Cloudinary. So let's go right now here and let's make sure that we are getting the right data from the... Right now we are consoling log the result.data, but we need to save here a constant which is called uploaded, maybe uploaded image, which is equal the result that is coming from the Axios request dot data dot public ID, because as we have seen, we have got a public ID, which is, we have got this. I think I need to make it, yeah, we got this. So this is the data, so we need this, the public ID. So that's what I'm going to write here, the public ID, and this is the uploaded image. What about to send this image to a component? In that component, it will return me back an image. So we will make the image element here. Instead of making it like this, we will remove this and we will put another one which is for the image. Or you know what, I will make another one, but I will make it below this one to see both of them and compare between them. So I'll send the image, this uploaded image, I'll send it to another component to handle it through the React Cloudinary. So let's make here another state and I'll call it uploaded image. And set upload like that. And I'll make the use state like this. So now I have a state of uploaded image. So let's update that once I submit. Here's handling the submit. So I'll set the upload to be the uploaded image here. So now I have an image that is ready to be sent to the component in which we will handle the Cloudinary image on React. Sorry for that. Let's go here and make another component which is called image.jsx, and in a blink we will make this with RAFCE to be a component of image, and in that component I want to return some data which will enable me to make an image. To make the things more clear, I don't need these divs, I just need an image tag, but I will not put it like that, of course. Let's see how can we handle the image component and what are the libraries we will use and what are the libraries that we will import. To know that, we can go here and in the getting started, let's see how I can just like create my first transformation or start to use React. So in the more let's go and choose React. Yes. So there's this one, image, but this is not actually what we need, because this is not how the process is going to be. Let's look about that in another place. So to know how to deal with the Cloudinary image on React, you will not find it here. I tried to find it here, but it's not here. So we will go to the documentation, because I do not remember exactly where I got this information at first. And we will go to the documentation and say React. You will find this React SDK. You will press it and you will see now what's going to appear here. Well, this is the way, this chapter is talking about how to move things and how to make things appear with the Cloudinary React libraries. Let's see that, because you may think this is the full example that we will apply, but I will not apply it with this complexity. And believe me, sometimes you will need someone to clarify that to you. So the architecture of this file actually has two things: the URL generator, which is a JavaScript module, and the front-end frameworks. So let me show you how we can do that. You have here, I think, two libraries. One of them is which is the URL generator. It's one for making the transformations and the complex things for the image, and another one just like to import the component of image and these things. Component of image, that one is just like the usual image, but one that can handle the CDN. Let me clarify that more. You will need, of course, the React, and let's get this here in our new component, and let's remove this one. So here we have a component called AdvancedImg. We borrowed that from a library called Cloudinary React. So essentially this is the library that will deal with, of course I installed that. You can install it before you start making anything here. So this one will essentially work and handle any images that you want to preview on the page. So AdvancedImg is just like this one, just like a normal image with a source, which is the HTML one, but this one is for Cloudinary. So it is the same result of that on the HTML. And you will need, of course, Cloudinary itself, and you will need the transformation from Cloudinary URL generator npm package that will handle the transformation. Is that all? Okay, let's borrow these two, and don't worry, we will understand all of them. They are not actually so hard, but we will not also need all of them, except if you want to make all of them, but you don't really need that. Don't worry, you do not need to borrow all of these packages. Just a small amount of them will be enough, but we will just like borrow them because we want to know what we will do with them. At first I need to configure Cloudinary on my front end, just like I did when I tried to make that on the server side. So let me here configure Cloudinary inside the component we are making. So here we are configuring Cloudinary, which is the CLD. Here I should put the cloud name, and I think my cloud name is, let's see, what is my cloud name? Because I do not remember that. So my cloud name is eCart 2022. I'll put that here. I'll wrap that. So this is the cloud name, and we need now an instance of the image, which is I supposed to have this because I copied it, right? Where is it? However, here it is. So here he is telling me to use the public ID to make the image. Any image that this component will make, he will use the public ID of this image. And you will know now how this very, very helpful. So I will just put here the image that is coming from the other component, from the parent component here. And the parent component is saying that I'm not sending anything. Okay, there is an uploaded image here, this state. I will send this state to the other component. So let's do that. It will be image like that. And I'll send here this property, and I'll put inside it the uploaded image state. So now we have this property, and I've sent it to the image component, which is a child component. And let me get that here. I'll do like this to destructure the proofs that is coming for me. And let's copy it to make sure that we are alright. So yes, we now have a prop called uploaded image. Let's put it inside here. The uploaded image, remember, it's just a public ID. It's not an image, it's a public ID, because we will not handle that offline. We will handle that from a cloud on the internet. So it's just a CDN. We are dealing with a CDN with the public ID, and this is very good because there is no size. Now we have an instance of an image coming from Cloudinary. All we need now is to use this, the AdvancedImg component, which is essentially a very, very simple image like this one, like that. But we will not make it like this. We will say AdvancedImg. Now we have an image that needs a source and everything. Let's see how he is handling that in this very long example. So he is saying here, we will get to that back. We'll get back to this and that, because these are transformations and we may need them. Here it is. This is the AdvancedImg, and this is the CLD image, my image. Okay, let's understand now what is this. Alright, so the CLD is what substitutes the source. It's just like this word, it's just like the source, and it takes a Cloudinary image, and here is the public ID, which will work as a way to call for the image from the source, and the source now is Cloudinary Media Library. So by giving it the public ID right now, we are now talking with the server, please send the image. Let's now put everything like that and save, and without dealing with any of these things above here, let's see what is the result of that on my React app. So I'm gonna upload an image. Now I have one, and let's submit. And now I have two, and the two are actually identical because I didn't do any transformations, any crops, any resizing for any of them. So the image is coming with all its default size. Now let's see how can we make some crops and things like that. Now this thing is very, very interactive. I mean, if I now said my image, I want to make default things for this image, so I'll make like that. Let's take more space here, and we will put this dot, and let's go and see what are the things that we can do with the image. As you see here, I can resize that. I can make it a thumbnail, which is especially for when I try to, the thumbnail here means that I want to make some changes with the width and with the height, and the thumbnail is imported here, and there is also the scale. We are taking that from a Cloudinary URL generator actions called resize. So from the resize, we will call this and that and these width and height properties. And there is something called here a gravity. The gravity means what exactly from the picture you want to focus on. And I want to focus, of course, on the face. So focus on face will always focus on the faces inside a picture. So let's take this one. Let's take this and put it here. Sorry, I don't know what happened. Okay, now I have my image and I have resized that, but I do not want it to be 150. I want it to be 100 pixel in 100 pixel. If it's 100 in 100 means it's a square, just like a thumbnail, and the gravity will be focused on face. Let's see what is the result of that. I didn't do anything to the same image, just I put those here. So this will process the image before it sends it to the component. Let's see what is the so as you see, this is 100 pixel in 100 pixel, and the focus is on the face. So this is great. Let's see what else I can do. I can crop the image. I can round the corners. I don't need to round the corners by 20, which is the radius. These are 20 pixel border radius. I don't need that. And here is the sepia effect. The sepia effect is what makes it take this color instead of the normal one. And this is an overlay to put an overlay on the image. We don't need that too. And these are things, transformation to put to the image. Resizing, scaling, adjusting opacity or adjusting brightness. And we don't need all of these. Positioning, if you want to change the position. Of course, you can handle all of that actually through your Sass or through your CSS. So you don't need all of these from here, but this is essentially to make or resize and compress the image that is coming from you for you. Now let's see what is actually now the size of this image. So if I said inspect like that, and you will see here that this image was a size of 2.1 kilobyte, which is actually a very great win to your front end performance. And let's look to the other one, which is this one. It's 139. Maybe it is not so big, essentially because I think I compressed that before, and because the rendered size is 877. But look at this one. This one is so much less with 2.1. Can you imagine the difference? The difference is 100, double the size, I guess. So let's see what we don't need from above. We don't need the radius. We don't need the sepia. We don't need the source. We don't need the opacity and brightness, the angel, and we don't need that too, the position or the compass. We need the focus on. Yeah, we need the focus. And we need the transformation. We don't need the scale. I think we do not need the transformation. We're not making any transformations here. So like that, we have everything that we need, and we have made an advanced image, and the image is working so great. By this way, we have made a React image working. Let me show you another thing, which is a tip for this video, is that there are plugins for this image. I mean, if you are talking about a gallery and you want to do some things for the image, there are some here. So let's see them. Something called the plugins. He is just like describing to us to install these. So let me get to the plugins part. Yes, there are some plugins to use. and the plugins are actually also awesome. This plugin is called the lazy load, and as you see, each image is coming to the view. It has a lazy load with the same image that is predominant in the background. So if this image has a green color, a predominant green color, it will appear with the predominant color before it actually appears. This is very helpful if you are talking about making a gallery or something and you do not want all the images to be sent in bulk. You just need to make it lazy load, and this will enable you to improve the performance tragically. Let's see here the plugin. So I just want to show you one plugin that may be helpful. Something else I need to show you here, instead of thumbnail, if you do not want to focus only on the face and make all the 100 pixels that you have here, you don't want all of them to be filled with the face, you can make it, instead of thumbnail, you can make it fill. And of course let it be exported. The fill will be exported with the thumbnail here from the resize, and the fill will do it like this. So there will be still a gravity on the face, but this time it will fill the image, just like the background size. You will choose fill. So fill will take all the image and will make it inside the 100 pixel, but still the focus and the center will be on the face. Here they are, the plugins. We have 4 plugins for Cloudinary: lazy, responsive image, and the accessibility, and the placeholder. I want to show you, and by the way, the arrangement and the order is very important to make them work fine, and this is what's written here. The image placeholder is actually a very good one. I want just to show you the image placeholder. So this is how you can import them. So I'll say here plugins. Now I imported these plugins. I will remove this one. So I have 4 plugins right now: the lazy load, accessibility, responsive. I don't need the accessibility one, you will not need it. And the responsive, we can do that with CSS and React, so we don't need it too. So we have now the lazy load and the placeholder. So this is the order. We will take the order from here, and we will remove what's inside this order if we don't need it. Let's go to here and put them like that, but we still need to put the word plugins. Let's remove this one and this one. And we also need to put them inside the brackets of array like that, and to put the comma here. So now we have 2 things to use: the lazy load and the placeholder. And the placeholder that I want to use is actually called using the predominant color. So the predominant color means that the predominant color inside the image will be used to make it just like download this predominant color before it downloads the image itself. So now if we can just like make this component appear like several times like that. So we have it all here, but let's refresh and try another one. Let's try this image. I know my images looks strange, but it's okay. You see that color that appeared, which is the predominant color. Now I have all the images here, and all of them are appearing with the same way. Let's change that to thumbnail and see what will happen. I'm sorry I'm playing around with the things, but I want to see what's happening with the image. Yeah, we are here. We're supposed to be here. Okay. Let's change that back to thumbnail and see what will happen. So it's the same results, I guess. So it will not appear unless it's in a group image. I don't have that right now. So maybe we can see what about this one. I have to submit it because there is no face, so there is no gravity. If you notice this, if there was a true or apparent face, the gravity will be on the face. As you see, the gravity here is on the face. Let's make the fill. So yep, I think there is a difference between the fill and the thumbnail, which is in the what's appearing inside here. So let's make it like 200. Well, we have reached the end of this. I hope you understood how we deal with the images and how we deal with them on the server side and on React. I know the video was too long, but I'm really sorry. I wanted to show you everything I know about Cloudinary, and there are more to know about Cloudinary, but I think essentially this is all what you need to know if you want to make an avatar file. And there will be another video about how to upload several images at one time. Thank you a lot.